Hey, thank you, Dave, and welcome to the show. It's time for letters. October 2nd, 2019. Max Zamboni writes, you just had to go back covering Carolyn's RV Life's PCT hike, didn't you? So entertaining not. Hey, we're invested, okay? We've decided we're covering her. I've covered her for many years on my channel. I enjoy her stuff. Yeah, I enjoy it. She's oddly compelling. And, we did a quick update, all right? How much longer is she going to be on the trail? I don't know. There's always the fast forward button. Oh, I'm all mixed up. I would rather watch 3 hours of Crotchy than 3 minutes of Living Free Mike, says Warren Weisfuss.
Oh, Warren, you're wonderful. Thank you, Warren. That's so great. 3 hours of Crotchy. All right, let's see. That's been 10 seconds so far. 15 seconds so far. 20 seconds so far. Crotchy. 25, 30, half a minute. Yeah.
Crotchy, no. 3 hours of Crotchy. Even Crotchy couldn't stand it. We got a lot of comments on Dave 2D's little snarky expose there on what is nature, okay? And according to Brian Heffernan, we need to curb our use of disposable plastic, especially those bags you get at every store and all the bottles that virtually every beverage comes in. Now, we are destroying the planets, or the oceans too, with this garbage. And you're right, Brian, I totally agree with you. But it's nature, okay? We're nature. Where does nature stop, I mean, human beings are nature, dogs are nature, whales are nature, trees are nature, chemicals ultimately are nature. They're made from nature. We're all made from nature. I mean, what we do is, in what Dave was saying, is nature. I mean, yeah, making plastic and making electricity and radio waves, that's all nature, in one form or another. And yes, it is destructive to other natural objects on this planet, other living things. Yes, it is. And yes, I think it's mankind's responsibility to respect other forms of nature and not just use the planet for his own uses. And, yes, I totally agree with you. But it is still an interesting way to look at it. Dave gets our minds all kind of spinned up and, I don't know. It's interesting to think about it. Warren Weisfuss again. Why am I reading all his stuff? Dave, I hiked the Appalachian Trail with Robert Redford and Nick Nolte. That's right. That was a weird movie. I didn't like that one. And then we hiked the PCT with what's her face? Oh, right, Reese Witherspoon. That's right. I have hiked the PCT. I should get a T-shirt. I hiked the PCT with Reese Witherspoon. Well, you feel like it, don't you? I honestly, I have watched so many Appalachian Trail hikes and PCT hikes. I really feel like I know most of that trail. But yeah, it's never the same as actually doing it, right? And having to hang out in those camper rest stops with all those smelly people. Coley Hope, most people don't take a full 6 months to hike the Appalachian Trail. They usually hit it 1 or 2 weeks at a time in sections. Growing up, I knew a guy who did it that way, and it took him several years to compete, but he said it was very rewarding when he reached the top of Mount Katahdin. Yeah, I've done trails like that. There's a trail in Northern Virginia. Rails to the road, the river to the what is it? There's a trail. There are a couple trails in Northern Virginia that I've done that way, and yeah, I've hiked them in sections. I've not done the whole trail. I mean, it's a trail is like 70 miles, and I'll do 10 miles in a day and 5 miles this day, and yeah, and it is fun. I think you appreciate the trail more when you are rested and feel invigorated and you're not just hiking it to get it done. If you're on the trail and it's just, I gotta do 20 miles today, I gotta do 25 tomorrow, and churn it out, you're not enjoying it. Now, yeah, you can tell all your friends, I did it all in one big lump, but who cares except you, you know? Tazmod, I had a nightmare last night. The marching straws were chasing me like the brooms in Fantasia. Governor Brown of Oregon. Governor Brown, Jerry Brown. Oh, okay. As governor, it used to be Jerry Brown was governor of California. He isn't anymore, but they have a Governor Brown also in Oregon. Okay, I believe you. Was leading them to the ocean cliff like the lemmings. Oregon's straw law takes effect the first of the year. I have been to a number of restaurants that give you the paper straws, and about halfway through your drink, they kind of clog up and get all gooey and soft, and you have to ask for another paper straw, sometimes a third paper straw to get through the entire cup, you know, refills and whatever. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the plastic, but you know, I'm an environmentalist. MJC427 writes, I'm there with you, Dave. I just don't have enough time there for so much TV. Internet is all I need, and even that, just not enough time for it. I'm the same way. We're talking about Eric Pneumatic Fanatic getting this big satellite TV system set up in his vehicle, and hundreds of channels, and yeah, I don't have enough time in my day for all that media. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with the internet. I really am. I can get my news on the internet. I can get my YouTube on the internet. Pluto TV. Have you ever tried that? Pluto.tv. It's like a cable system. It's got hundreds of free channels. Now, they got commercials on them, but so do the channels you pay for on cable. And there's a lot of now Viacom channels in there, like MTV and stuff like that. At Pluto.tv, you don't need to be paying for cable. It's already there on your device. Rip Snorton wants to know, Dave, why am I ignoring Black Bigot's recent success? He's over 50,000 subs in a few days. That's more interesting than anything Chrome and Mikey are doing. Hey, I've shouted him out many times, okay? I just did him in D-Dub there. I like Black Bigot a lot. Again, the problem that Mr. Biggie has is that a lot of his material is not advertiser friendly, okay? So if you do look at his stats on Social Blade and elsewhere, he's probably not making the amount of money that he could on his Google AdSense or his YouTube AdSense, because there's a lot of F-bombs and content like that. But, you know, he's doing his own thing, and I've always said he's one of my favorite YouTubers. I have a difficulty putting him on my show a lot, because he's, you know, we're a family channel here, and the only F-bomb I can drop is F-R-E-E, free. Trey Beantown, Dave, you aren't kidding when you say there are a lot of natural things that are toxic to us. Your channel is one of them. I'm sure he's saying that in a friendly, joking manner, right? Like Cratchy's Catfish Cafe. That's right. It's only a mile from the hospital. They have free ambulance rides back and forth for people that get sick. Oh, look at my shirt. Did you like it? Thanks, Mark H. Hey, go Frugal. You know, we're talking about nature and toxic stuff, right? From Dave 2D's Fertile Mind. Anyway, he writes, or they write, or it writes, natural toxic things, viruses, asbestos, poisonous snakes, spiders, plants, fish, volcanoes, tsunamis, asteroids, hail, tornado, thought it said tomato, wildfire, pick a bug. You know what? Everything's toxic. If you didn't have an immune system, you would die from just the little gizmos on your hand, all the little germs and amoebas and all that stuff. Yeah, you know, everything is toxic. All the food you eat has toxins in it. That's what your liver does. If you didn't have a liver, you didn't have an immune system, you'd be out of here real fast. Another hiking comment from Robert the Traveler, not to be confused with Traveling Robert. RTT writes, the AT is a waste of time. I did not see much scenery, just stepping over sharp rocks and slippery roots. The other serious hikers were great, just too many weekenders getting in the way. I day hiked many parts of the PCT and saw more great scenery in 10 minutes than all of the AT. That's what I was saying. A number of the YouTubers that I've been watching and some of the things I've been reading on like my little hiking magazine app on my phone, they're saying the PCT is a much more nice trail because the lower humidity and the much more beautiful scenery, and plus it's not, the West Coast isn't, at least the California parts of it aren't as lushly green as the East Coast. You know, Virginia is a beautiful state, but it's very thick, green, lush. and you're on walking on the crest of some mountains and you can't see anything but the green tunnel. And GB Moves writes, shirts on, hats off at the table, please. I don't know, man. Shirts on, yeah, you want to wear a shirt at dinner, even if you're out with just the guys, you know, come on. And finally, Chris writes, Dave, have you seen Just Incredible's Incredible TV's video from 4 days ago? He went off on the climate protesters in Vancouver. He's wearing his I Heart CO2 t-shirt in the video. He brought up some interesting points about plants and their need for CO2. Yes, that's right. Plants breathe in CO2 and exhume, what do they call it? Exhale oxygen. And we breathe the oxygen and exhale CO2. And CO2 is natural, right? I mean, look at Venus. Venus is CO2 crazy. And it's 800 degrees every day. So, just saying. It's a natural place, but you wouldn't want to live there, would you? All right, folks, that ought to do it. What is it? I was looking at the time. It's 2 o'clock. Okay, it's October the 2nd, 2019. We're still having some really hot weather here in the Athens, Georgia area. Back up in the 90s today, but they say only a couple more days, and we'll finally start having some fall-like weather. I know that doesn't mean much to you guys out west, where it's been snowing and cold and windy and rainy, but I don't know, man. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Vlog under.